Thank you, Inspiration. It's one of my favorite songs. So when I saw that, I was just like, whoo! Thank you. Beautiful job. So we talk about living in the present moment, right? Why do we want to do that? Because living in the present moment allows us to be in awe of what's happening right now. When we disconnect our brains from thinking over and over again and we are just focused here, there is no fear, no anxiety, no shame, no blame. And as we gather together with friends and family to celebrate all the things that we are grateful for this Thanksgiving, you have a choice. You have a choice whether to be in this present moment, this present tense, with each person that you connect with this holiday. Because right now, this moment, here, right now, that's all we've got. This is it. And I chose that picture behind me to remind us that the concept of time is really a construct. It's a man-made idea, a man-made idea. And it's almost counterintuitive because we spend so much energy trying to control this thing called time. So how many holidays are we engaging with our friends and with our family members not in the now moment? Perhaps we're remembering stories from our childhood or past interactions with certain people. You know, maybe someone like Uncle Rex, who last holiday had too much to drink and said some really inappropriate things. We all have those members in our families. Or perhaps we're holding on to the myth of what a perfect holiday should look like. You never have those issues, right? For some of us, the perfect Thanksgiving celebration could mean our best linen and chinaware, right? We break out the glass crystals. We have the fancy silverware, the candles, and everyone is expected to dress and also use their proper manners. You know what those are. And for others, it's all about the food. It is all about the food. Maybe it's that deep-fried turkey. I don't know what that is. I'm told, oh my God, you must have the deep-fried turkey. Maybe it's pumpkin pie. Maybe it's ambrosia, those homemade breads and desserts, right? Sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, maybe even Brussels sprouts. And without those delectable foods, or having the Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim salt and pepper shakers, you know what I'm talking about, right? Then it's not Thanksgiving. For me and my family of origin, the perfect Thanksgiving was that there was cranberry sauce. I know some of you are like, Rev, that's not even real food, right? But here's the thing, I imbued this cranberry sauce with magical properties. You see, in my family, I was the only one who ate cranberry sauce. No one else in the family liked it, just me. So if my mom remembered to put that 99-cent can of cranberry sauce in the cart, yeah, I didn't even need her to make it, just the can. If she put that can in, then I knew that I was loved. And if she forgot that 99 cents, once again, my feelings don't matter in this family. Cranberry sauce, right? That's a lot of expectations on that poor little can of cranberry sauce. But how many of us have those thoughts and beliefs about what love should look like, what acceptance should look like, what worthiness should look like? And as Thanksgiving comes, we may even feel this sense of anticipation or anxiety based on our past experiences. So you can see in that video, everyone brought their stuff, did they not? They brought their stuff. And in that Thanksgiving celebration, the thing that brought them back to present moment awareness was Adele. Well, that's an interesting technique for sure, but I don't think it will work for most of us. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, the present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments, the door to all moments. And what this means is that we have a choice to be in the now moment during this Thanksgiving holiday. We can remind ourselves that now is the only thing that's real, that the memories and the thoughts are stories we are telling ourselves that have no bearing on now. Now, sometimes that's easier said than done, but I also want to pause for a moment and give a PSA. If you're in a family situation that is abuse or violence, you leave. That is not where you stay. You find people who love you, you spend Thanksgiving there, you come here, you have Thanksgiving with us. So these techniques are not talking about violence or domestic abuse. That's beyond this situation. Are we clear? Okay, thank you. So I wanted to share some tips on how do we support each other, how do you support yourself during these get-togethers with families. So I have this cool chart. I love my little charts. And it's about really moving from the resistance to the situation of now into being in the flow again, being in the flow of our divinity. So the first one is if you find yourself operating from the intellect, those thoughts are going. What you need to do at that point is move your focus from your mind down into your heart center, down into your heart center. You see, when we're in that busyness of mind, we are in separation. I'm going to say that again. When we are in the busyness of mind, we are in separation. The intellect does not connect. The intellect divides. It's how we are trained in our culture to be critical thinkers, spot the difference, to label, to categorize. So once you hear that your thoughts have really started taking over, that you're no longer in this now moment, your head is going, choose to move your awareness into your heart space. And when you're in your heart space, then radiate love out to everyone that's surrounding you. If politics or religion comes up in the conversation, you do have a choice. You don't have to get into that discourse. You can choose to be love as opposed to engaging. Another one, if you find yourself feeling resentment at family functions due to obligation, well, what would that situation be like if you moved into, I get to be in this experience. I get to have this experience. I know it sounds hokey, but for example, when I lived in the UK with Graham, his family hosted lots of holiday events, and I really didn't enjoy going. And I didn't enjoy going because I didn't think that I fit in, and I didn't really feel like I was wanted either. So you can imagine each holiday, the level of anxiety that would come up. And I really had to figure out, how do I shift this? And I thought, this is the family that raised my beloved, that helped shape him into the amazing man that he is, that is my love and light. Oh my God. So I can go to these holidays and be in that place of thanksgiving. They helped create this person. That's a huge shift. You feel the shift in energy there, right? Obligation, heavy, negative. I get to celebrate this family that brought him into my life. Woohoo. Okay. Moving into, if you're in that place of judgment, it's a human thing for us to be in judgment. So first of all, if you are in judgment, don't judge yourself that you're in judgment. It's normal. It's human. That's what we do. So now you have the ability to come up a little higher and go, oh, I'm being human. That's okay. What can I do about this judgment? And this judgment, then we want to shift into acceptance. Here's the thing, when we are in the energy field of judgment, we are in a limited field. We do not have the totality of the experiences of that individual. We have no idea what their walk is. How do we do that? If we judge that someone is immoral, corrupt, not good enough, unworthy, based on beliefs, race, size, beauty, language, gender, then we have chosen to become their judge and jury. We have chosen to become their judge and jury without really knowing who they are and what their walk is. A week ago, and I know I talk sometimes in theory, but I'm always trying to give you real-life examples of how you apply this. Last week, Graham and I got rear-ended. We were on our way to dinner with some friends. Traffic was hardly moving. I mean, we were crawling, and next thing, boom, into the back of our car. Now, that's one of those experiences that you just go, what the, right? So we get out, and you know what? I just felt like I was in a moment of grace. You know, I got out, she was talking on the phone, handheld, and she still talked on the phone, and we're like, hello. She was still talking on the phone, and we're like, okay, this is weird. And she continued to talk on the phone for quite a few minutes. And, you know, finally I was like, are you gonna get off the phone? No acknowledgement. She just kept on going. So finally, she finished her conversation and got out, and we were talking. And she burst into tears. She had just started a divorce proceeding with her husband, and the car that she was in was her husband's. It was grace that we were able to be kind to her. Because in that situation, it's so easy to judge. What kind of moron would run into us when there's red lights everywhere, right? So we have no idea what's going on in people's lives when we interact with them. And to be the love and to be the light and to be the joy, you know, that I was able to just hug her and say, it'll be okay. Wow, that's grace. And then the last one that I want to mention there is dissatisfaction. If you're in that place of feeling dissatisfied, moving into appreciation. Here's the thing, dissatisfaction is focused on not enough. It's not right, it's not enough, it's all of those, and that's a lack consciousness. So when you're in that, imagine what you're going to attract in that field. More dissatisfaction, thanks Liz. More dissatisfaction. So what you want to do is think of the things in that moment that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? Because that's how the appreciation is going to come into your consciousness, right? What are you grateful for? And then from that grateful place, the universe can't help but supporting more of things to be grateful for, right? That's where you want to create from. So these are all the practical ways and tips to help you emotionally and spiritually this holiday season. Last reminder, it's always your choice. It's always your choice. And if for some reason that this just feels like, God, this is too much work, Rep. Cherie, it's the holidays, I'm too stressed, then I'm going to invite you to play, to have some fun, to be light. And maybe you want to sing this song.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass, bass. On Thanksgiving Day, I think it's pretty true. Us dads can't make it like we're supposed to do. The dining room, we have no taste. We put all the wrong forks in all the wrong places. I see the magazines with all the recipes. My daughter, she could make it, but me?
Daddy, please.
So mommy hands me this and says you gotta sock till every inch of it is perfect from the bottom to the top. Oh yeah, mama, she told me don't worry about the pie. Don't worry. She said I'd burn them because I screw up everything I try. He cannot cook it. He's gonna burn your stuffing is dry and your casserole's made of raw. It looks like pudding. Disgusting. So get this baster and timer and go ahead and move along. And so I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass, more butter. I'm all about that bass. Oh, I'm bringing butter back. Don't try to wear those skinny britches now, 'cause I'm gonna pour this all over that. And I'm here to tell you every inch of it is perfect from the bottom to the top.
So that is the Holderness family. They have a whole YouTube feed. They are a phenom. Inspiration, come on up, my loves. And they're just a hoot. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a time of joy. So I'm hoping that you got that from my message today, as well as some tips. Thank you. Thank you.